shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who is fearless. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause in a world of reckless automobiles. These are my motovlogs.
Hey, what's up YouTube? This is your boy Chris, out on the Gold Wing, and today is a windy day out here. It's a windy day. I'm showing 65 degrees on the air temp. We had a lot of rain that came through earlier, that came out from the west and it moved toward the east. So it dropped a lot of rain, but the rain has moved out, and it also brought about a cold front. So today I'm out here doing some more testing out on my 21 Honda Gold Wing, filming in 4K. It's a little nippy. I may have to put my heated vest on. So how's everybody doing on this overcast evening? Out here riding with Tolo on his 2012 black and gray Honda Gold Wing. Riding with his wife. I tell you what, man, getting the first lady to ride is like pulling teeth. How many of you bikers out there would love for your girlfriend, your wife, your significant other to ride with you on your motorcycle? Wouldn't that be great? Well, riding with the first, getting her to ride, again, it's like pulling teeth. Especially when the weather is changing. This time of year, the temperatures are dropping. Fall has changed colors on the grass, the trees. Depending on where you live, you're probably already starting to put your bikes up. If you're living probably in the north, or Canada, or Russia. But it's a good day for a ride. 64 degrees out on the 21 Honda Gold Wing. So what I'm going to talk about today is accessorizing your motorcycle. You know, every rider out there has their own identity. There should not be cloning of motorcycles. So today we're going to talk about motorcycle cloning. Well, what are you talking about, Chris? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that you might have friends. Some of you may ride together, and as soon as you put an accessory on your Gold Wing, on your motorcycle, your buddy puts the same accessory on his motorcycle. The exact same accessory. I'm sure some of you out there shaking your head going, yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. There should not be bike cloning. What works for one rider may not work for the next rider. I'm sure there's a lot of bikers out there that every time that I put an accessory on my bike, that they put it on their bike. Viewers, I want you to keep in mind that we're all individuals. Everybody has their own identity. No bike should look the same. Yes, they're going to come from the manufacturer and they're going to look the same. But when you start putting your accessories on your bike, no bike should look the same. Other than the colors. But there's a lot of bikers out there that when you buy your accessory, they buy the same accessory. And there's nothing wrong with that, but everybody has their own identity. Some guys like a lot of chrome. In my case, I don't really care for a lot of chrome. I like a little bit of chrome, but I don't want my bike chrome from the front to the back. But there's a lot of guys out there, their bikes are chrome from the front to the back, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you shouldn't put an accessory on your bike and your friend should go get the same accessory. Otherwise, your bikes are going to look the same. Every bike should be an extension of the rider. What works for one rider may not work for the next rider. On my bike, I have lots of cameras. That doesn't mean that every rider should have lots of cameras. I have a tall windshield. The next guy may like a low windshield. I have a trailer. That doesn't mean that you should have a trailer. It depends on the rider. You know, it's been times in the past where guys have said, Chris, I can't ride with you because I don't have a trailer. I've never said that you have to have a trailer to ride with me. You know, I pretty much pull my trailer everywhere I go. You know, it's for convenience. But that doesn't mean that everybody should go out and buy a trailer. Maybe you know a friend, maybe you know of a rider that every time you put an accessory on your bike, they put the same accessory on their bike. And there's nothing wrong with being inspired when you look at somebody else's bike. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with looking at somebody else's bike and saying, you know what, I want to get one of those for my bike. But it shouldn't be an exact clone. You know, some things you're going to need for your bike. Every biker should have. Every biker should have a cup holder. I really feel in my heart every biker should have a cup holder. Now, some of you like my big ass cup holder. Some of you may not. But in the summertime, when it's hot, you're going to need something to drink. You want to stay hydrated. You don't want to have to stop just to get off the bike when you can have it right there in front of you. So I really feel like every biker needs a cup holder. I really feel like every biker needs a phone holder. The phone is an extension of the rider. And if you're going to have a phone, you got to have a way to charge it. So that means you're going to need some type of power supply, either a USB hub or a portable battery or some type of external power. I really feel like every biker is going to need a headset. You know, when you're riding, if you need to make a phone call, or if, you know, someone is trying to get a hold of you, you don't have to stop, get off the bike. Sometimes stopping is dangerous, especially on the side of the road. Now, if you can pull at a gas station, that would be better. So I really feel like every biker needs a headset. Every biker needs a cup holder. Every biker needs a phone mount to hold their phone and a charger. Every biker should have a tire gauge. So there are certain things, certain accessories that every biker should have. It just makes your riding experience better. Or as my good friend JC would say, mo gooder. It makes your ride experience mo gooder. Can I say that? Mo gooder? But it shouldn't be bike cloning. It shouldn't be every time you put an accessory on your bike that your buddy put that same accessory on his bike. You know, we're all individuals. The bike is an extension of the rider. You shouldn't look at one person's bike and look at a clone of somebody else's bike. Every bike should look a little bit different. It's going to have a few things that are the same, but it shouldn't be an exact clone. And also, let me say this while I'm on the subject. They say don't keep up with the Joneses. You should be able to look at a buddy's bike and see something on his bike and say, I need to get one of those. I need to get one of those backrests to make my ride experience more gooder. But it shouldn't be bike cloning. And I'm sure there's a lot of you out there right now that's sitting back saying, yep, I know exactly someone like that. I know an exact person that does the bike cloning. So I'm out here just cruising with Tony and his wife out on the Gold Wing, looking good on this 2012. But there should not be bike cloning. You know, some of you, you know, have joked in the past and say you have to take out a loan to ride with Chris. If you guys been watching my videos, man, I've been buying accessories ever since I started this thing back in 2014. It's a never-ending battle. I'm still spending money on these accessories. I'm still installing accessories. But don't put yourself in a hole trying to buy all of these accessories that you see your boy Chris that I have on my bike. You know, some accessories I've waited a couple years to purchase for my bike. You know, case in point, on my 2016, I waited a few years just to get a custom seat. So don't put yourself out. Don't put yourself in a hole, and don't put yourself in debt trying to, as they say, keep up with the Jones. Your bike should be an individual identity of the rider, of yourself. Now, if you and a buddy want to have your bikes matching and look the same, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. But just keep in mind that we're all individuals. Everybody has their own identity. Everybody should have their own unique look. You shouldn't want every accessory that your buddy have. Your buddy shouldn't want every accessory that you have. What works for one biker may not work for another biker. Some of you guys like low-cut windshields. Some of you guys like tall windshields. Some of you like hand wings. Some of you do not. Some of you guys went out and purchased some things you saw me buy and then complained after you bought it. That accessory might not be for you. It might be for somebody else. So I'm just out here rambling on the Gold Wing today, trying to get the ride in. 64 degrees out. I may have to put on my heated jacket in a minute. Turn on my heated seat so it can get toasted. Out here cruising on the dark side, riding on the double dark. You guys probably heard me mention this. Did you guys know that Bridgestone discontinued the Bridgestone Drive Guard run flat? If you guys can find one, it's probably going to be real expensive if you can locate one. But Bridgestone actually discontinued the Drive Guard. I wonder why is that? Some of you hit me up privately and said that because I've been showing that the tire works. I don't know, man. So I still have a few more years left on my current 195 55 16. If not, I'll find another run flat. So I'm just out here rambling, y'all, just cruising on the Gold Wing, looking at my man Tony's bike, looking good with the black and silver. No lights, no additional lights other than the lights that came from the manufacturer. And that's kind of my point. What works for that rider may not work for another rider. That's one of the things I like about Tony. He's an individual, not trying to keep up with the Jones. Ride his own ride, fix his bike up the way he wants to fix it up. Not trying to win any contests, not trying to win any accolades. Just out on the Gold Wing with his wife, enjoying life, enjoying the ride. Well, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I want everybody to chime in on this video. What do you think about the things that I've said about keeping up with the Joneses, about bike cloning, about inspiring others? What are your thoughts? Drop a comment down in the comment section below. If you like this video, be sure to click the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is your boy Chris, out on the Gold Wing, out on the Gold Wing. And I will, as always, I will Talk to you guys later. See ya.
I'm a big dog, vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Riding around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke of weed with all that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm all in here, yeah, they all in here. Ooh, big dog. We come out the pound, so we big dog. Heavy paddock, gonna break my wrist off. I'm young out of rocket, bout to lead, dog. 3, 2, 1, I got big dog status, I'm a big dog, vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette, yeah. Riding around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke of weed with all that, yeah. Big dog status, I'm a big dog, vet. I pull up on the